Greetings, gamers. Welcome to the Midnight TV podcast, where we never record the podcast at midnight. Um, it's your
That's how
host
it
for
is.
today, Kyle, and with me today are my good friends. One of them you guys have already met, Caleb. Say hi.
Hello.
He's been here before, talk about Genshin, and yeah, we have a special guest today.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to introduce yourself,
Do I want to introduce myself?
I don't know, do you? This is the part
I
where you introduce yourself.
okay. Hi. My name is Joshua. You can call me Joshi. Uh, like these two, art student. I know, classy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mostly an illustrator, sometimes a designer, 100% a gamer.
He's a gamer, guys. We're all
I'm like,
gamers.
Gamer,
yeah,
you can be comfortable now.
I
Yeah,
can be comfortable. Yeah,
we're all gamers. This is the gamer episode. Not
the
really,
gamer.
kind
So
of. So
Yes, all of them kind of been.
it
it's
has to do
been
with it.
it's been a good while since the last episode. If I'm not mistaken, it's been 6 months. A lot has happened because we're art students and we don't really have much of a choice. So it is what it is, I guess. Um,
It is what it
But yeah,
is.
now we have a little bit of extra time, the necessary resources, most especially. And yeah, let's just vibe.
All right.
All right. So, do you guys have any idea why I brought you here?
I
This is
have
a recorded
absolutely no
podcast.
clue.
Well, I wanted to talk about Genshin again, but
Of
Mhm.
course.
with someone who has a different perspective.
Okay.
Because the last guest that me and Caleb had the last time, Sun, she more or less shared the same sentiments I had, where it's a game, it has its flaws, it's enjoyable, it's whatever, but I'm good friends with Joshi, and I am aware that you have opinions on
I do.
Genshin Impact.
As a game or
Mm,
visually?
maybe before we get to the nitty gritty of it, I guess maybe you can tell us like a quick summary of what your thoughts on the game are
Okay,
as a whole.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So, initially when I heard of Genshin, I joined the hate bandwagon of like, oh, it's just a Breath of the Wild ripoff, you know, like
Mm.
every self-respecting Nintendo simp has at
Yeah.
one point in
Yeah.
their life. But I gave it a genuine try. I played it here on Discord actually with Kyle watching.
Yeah. I remember
Because
that.
he had already gotten like yeah he had already gotten like a decent grip of the game and like gone like he was well into the game enough where he was invested. So uh I played first part of the Mondstadt chapter. um I I was like, oh, this is fun. Inside I was like, couldn't give a shit, couldn't give a shit. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the gameplay's kind of bland, you know, and like at first glance, and then I stopped playing. I uninstalled it for a little while, and then something in me was like, you know what? I didn't really give it a fair shot, so I gave it another try, and here we are now. I'm AR 53, and I hate every fiber of my being.
Spoken like a
But
true gamer.
yeah, of course. But my thoughts on the game now, it's sort of like uh, for a free to play game, the initial experience really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's giving like action adventure RPG to an accessible audience. Um, but I feel like a lot of people share this sentiment with me. The one thing that's holding it back truly is the gacha, even if that's the truth.
Yeah.
So that's what I currently feel about the game. I have a
That's
lot
fair.
more, but we'll
Get to add
trickle
in a
down
bit.
that road.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I I still more or less share the same sentiments, where I just like personally I just like playing Genshin because I can turn off my brain and beat the shit out of just like NPCs, right? And
Hmm.
also anime titties. Um, I'm monkey brain. I like anime girls, and I like no brain games where I can just roam around and collect resources and beat the shit out of NPCs. So Genshin, it's just I've been playing nothing but Genshin for the past 6 months
Hmm.
because I mean I didn't have a PC, so I couldn't really play it that
Now you
well.
do,
But
and
now
now
I
you.
do, yeah. Um, yeah. I'm not invested all the time. I play it on a very self-aware surface level type of way where oh my god, the new character is about to come out is hot. Oh, I'm gonna roll for her, or oh, I'm feeling bored today. I'm just gonna turn off my brain and turn on Genshin and then play for a little bit and then log off. That's usually how it works. That's usually how I play. Um, the story is a little bit 50-50 for me. I've already mentioned this in the last episode where sometimes they pop the fuck off. Then sometimes they just have the most boring stories everywhere. I just don't care
Yeah.
and I skip the dialogue. So yeah. Before we get into what we're really gonna talk about, which is Inazuma, I figured we should do a quick rundown of the past few um patches that we've been through ever since the last episode. So with me here right now on my screen, I have a list of all the patches and the banners that came out ever since we recorded the last episode when I was with Caleb.
I find
And
it interesting. Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, the last um
It's been a long time.
yeah, 6 months ago, the event that finished that just finished that around that time was All That Glitters and Moment of Bloom, which is the Shao and Hutao banner.
Has it
So
really been that long?
yeah, it's been 6 months. Um, so Caleb and I and our other friend have already talked about our thoughts on that specific on version 1.3. Um, Theater Mechanicus probably the best mini game in the whole game, I would say. Although spoiler alert, I kind of like the old one better than the one that we got recently.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, right after the Shao Lantern Festival, we got Invitation of Windbloom. So let's kind of speed run our thoughts on that because I personally enjoyed the Windbloom Festival, especially the Fall Guys mini games. That
Oh my god,
was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
I loved that. Oh my god.
It was
Although
such a
that
fun. Yeah.
that update was like personally traumatic for me.
How so? How so?
I got Venti, and I don't even wanted him.
Mmm.
I was rolling for shits and giggles because I was like, yeah, sure, I have all these spare primos, and I didn't really place much value in them at the time because I was still like relatively meh at the game.
Yeah.
And uh, I rolled Venti, and like I got him, and I don't know why I was so distraught over it.
Because you got the Venti. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's because like I guess I don't like him because he's meta. Is that a shit thing to say?
No.
No, that's
No,
understandable.
no, that's understandable. Yeah.
Is that a shit
Uh,
thing to say?
I think that makes me realize that we have like three different perspectives on the game here. Not really perspectives, but we have like three different types of players rather.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not completely different, but we have the one who wants to play because gameplay fun. We have Kyle, and then the other one who's kind of like that, but also play whoever you want to. So you guys are kind of into that similar sort of like bracket. And then there's me.
Oh,
I've
and
played the, I've played the game since day one, and I'm AR-57, and I haven't left the game since. So it's interesting to give our own like different like
different takes.
perspectives.
Because I
Yeah,
took a break too. I mentioned this in the last episode. I played it for I just realized that I actually played Genshin around the time it was released. Maybe a month after release. And I took a break for like 2 months, and then I came back. So yeah, I kind of have like a mix of what perspective you guys have, where I've kind of been there since day one, but I also took a break, and I kind of managed to look at Genshin from an outside perspective. So yeah, Wind Bloom, I have no complaints. Really fun. If I'm not mistaken, the hangout events were introduced around this time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
some of them are boring. I'm gonna be honest, but some of them
Bennett.
are cute. But so I don't mind because one of the biggest gripes that Caleb and I had when we were talking about Genshin the last time we recorded was we just need more content. Genshin is that type of game that punishes you for playing it early because at some point you just don't have any more content where you have friends that play it and they just grind through it and you get nothing from playing it before them. You know what I mean? You just have
Mm.
nothing to do except the abyss, which I will not do because I don't hate myself. I only ever do abyss when I'm bored. I mean, I'm really bored. Like, oh yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Abyss is
So
like Abyss is like the one place where meta slaves like where a lot of people have to like prove themselves. That's the competitive part of the game. Truly, the Abyss, and I think it's because of that a lot of egos
egos are blown. A
popped
lot, a
up.
lot of Diluc mains. No
Diluc has
shade,
been
no
power grab.
tea, but Diluc mains be popping up in your world and telling you what to do. Then they're the first one to die. So
Like
yeah,
Octanes.
like Octane mains from Apex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Around the same time, the second, if I'm not mistaken, this is the second rerun of Child. I remember rolling for this banner because I wanted to get spooked by Jean because I had a dream where I got spooked by Child. I know it's not a good idea
You
to
wanted to reverse
roll
psychology?
for a limited banner when you want someone from standard, but I I got spooked by Mona. Would have preferred the Jean, but around that time for me personally, I it was a win because that would mean I could get Klee in the in
And
version
then you got Lee.
1.6. Yeah, I eventually got Klee. So Invitation of Windbloom version 1.4, pretty good. Yeah, it was a good event. I had fun with the content. Okay. Oh, and Rosaria came out. I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
yeah,
Rosario was like the first instance I had of like actively trying to save up for a character. That was
wow.
like that was the first time I actively like saved up for like a character that I like. Because when I started taking the game seriously around the Dragon Spine chapter. Oh god.
Yeah,
I I started taking the game seriously around the Dragon Spine chapter, and when I saw Rosaria, I was like, "Oh my god,
she's so
lady,
hot
lady, lady with big breastises
with
in the cold,
breasticles.
Breasticles.
breasticle in the cold. Oh, never gets cold." And I was like, "I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get this queen." And lo and behold, Rosaria, physical Rosaria. Hello,
For
hello.
real, for real. Rosaria is a baddie, and I think we can all agree. So,
Mm-hmm.
version 1.4, pretty good. I have no complaints.
No complaints.
Wind Bloom was fun. Version 1.5. This was the rerun of Zhongli, the introduction of Rex Chungus, and um,
Yula?
Eula as well came out. So this is where they introduced Serenity Pot, which
Animal Crossing.
yeah, which I believe was a W for MiHoYo and for the players. Because honestly, as someone who's been stuck in the end game for so long, we're just begging for content. You know what I mean? We'll take whatever. And honestly speaking, Teapot was really fun.
I love
I still
Teapot.
only have one gripe with the teapot, which is the amount of things you can put in one spot. It still annoys the shit out of me that I can't put a complete like gate around my house because there's like a certain number of like stuff that you can put in one spot. For example, I took the mountain teapot and I can only put certain amount of stuff in there, so I can't um design it as much as I want it. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's a very welcome addition to the game, and it's just really fun. I have nothing else to say about the teapot. What about you guys?
How about you, Caleb? You go first if you'd like.
I'm. I mean, I never really thought of it as something that needs to be criticized heavily, or something that needs to like be fixed or to be made better, and like other aspects of the game which have glaring issues. But I guess for a time I didn't like how certain worlds when they got big you could just like take, or rather you took a long time to go around, so they added teleport for that. So like that's
Oh
nice.
yeah, I was gonna say that was one
Yeah,
of the gripes that I heard from my friends. Where if you choose the what's that one teapot, the one where you're
the
the
mountain.
floating abode.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one also kind of sucks to go
yeah,
around. Yeah.
you're gonna have to like marathon your way up to your next house.
That's. I mean, other than that though, I've never really thought of the teapot as like something that's
it,
either
it's
really good or really.
inoffensive.
Yeah, it's a teapot. You
It's
can get.
It's
inoffensive.
inoffensive. It's a fun addition to the game, I
It's a
believe.
It's
teapot
a
you
great
can go
addition.
inside.
I
For
personally
real.
really.
Yeah.
It added like it just added something more that I can look forward to whenever I play. Because there was a time when I actually took my teapot very seriously, where I would
Me too.
like wait until it would hit 4 a.m. so everything would reset and I could just buy like shit from the teapot and I would just design my
I think
house for hours on end. It was
I
fun.
think yeah, that's the thing about the teapot though. It's like that whole that's it's kind of like this whole gotcha game thing, especially if you like have friends that you play with. It's the whole fear of missing out. I mean, gotcha works that way. If somebody has a character you don't like, oh, I want that character. Or, like they got the weapon that's made for that character. Now I want that weapon. But like it also stems into like the whole. I find it also stems into the teapot thing for a good bit, where everyone's like, oh, they already have that full leeway set. I want the walls and the
For
gazebo.
real, for real.
Yeah, but then now people realize like, who really cares? But yeah, that stems me
I
to a
care.
different thing I want to talk about later.
The
Is how
hype
like
behind. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I was just gonna say like this is basically how it brings me to a point I want to bring up later. How gotcha games basically work on that whole wanting to be part of a thing and wanting to have something that other people have.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
why
I'll
yeah.
bring it to that later.
Okay, so speed running. We had the Zhongli rerun. Um, I only rolled for the Zhongli banner once because Yanfei came out,
Mhm.
and based from my personal observation, I'd say Yanfei is a fan favorite now. Um, Everyone kept comparing her to Klee. They kept calling her like Beta Klee, but
They're like
honestly,
two different characters
yeah.
though in terms of play styles.
If I'm gonna be honest, even though I'm a Klee main, I've seen really nutty damage from people who use Yanfei, and they build her really well. And yeah, Yanfei, fun character. She's cute. I have nothing else to say. She's a lawyer.
She
Um,
sort of reminds me of Ningguang in a sense.
yeah, actually, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
she's not really Klee-ish. She's not really Ningguang, but like her gameplay is very reminiscent of
Yeah, it is.
like Ningguang, like a very fast-paced, super aggressive, super selfish Ningguang. Because with Ningguang, you can sort of run her as like a like as a part support
Battery.
because
a battery. Yeah,
a battery and a support because she's already Geo and she can give you shields and whatnot. But with Yanfei, she is sort of like clean the aspect where she has a very selfish play style as well. You know, like especially in her burst.
yeah. You have to
Because
be patient with
if you
her
don't
attack
use up that
animations,
burst,
especially.
if you don't use up that burst like to its fullest, you're missing out on a lot of things.
Yeah, so Yanfei, pretty good. She's another waifu to the collection, I guess. Um, let's
As
see.
a Yanfei main, I adore using her. Like I kind of replaced her. I kind of replaced jungling with her, and I feel kind of bad.
I feel bad for. I mean, I've already stated before that I more or less play Genshin to turn off my brain and to get the anime girls. So I kind of feel bad I didn't build her, but also I'm like, no, it's okay. At least I just have her there. I can build her whenever I want. So yeah. Tenacity of the Millilith and Pale Flame came out, and so did Rex Chungus, or what's his real name? I just keep calling him
Fucking
Rex Chungus. Age
Chungus.
Daha.
H-Daha, there we go.
Um,
You dare overstep your mortal authority.
that story quest was
Yeah.
fine.
It was fun. It was a lot of talking around
There
the
was a
end.
lot of talk. I do like the idea that
These bitches gay. These
are
bitches
they
gay.
are they gay? Are they fruity? I didn't
I
notice.
could tell it from a mile away. The way that these two talked about each other, you saw it too, Caleb. The way that Zhangmin and like Ajdaha talked about each other, fruitiest motherfuckers. Fruitiest
Zhongli and
motherfuckers.
Asia, man, fucking that was a bromance if I've ever seen one.
It was
They're
like a
homies.
bro
They're
staring at each other
homies.
moment. Yeah.
And here we are beating the shit out of his boyfriend every for a discount, I guess.
For having Alzheimer's. His boyfriend
Oh,
who has Alzheimer's.
boo-hoo. Well, the
So
thing with Ajdaha is like he's like you beat him so you can get like a discount for like the rest of the resin for like the rest of the boss shit that you get to do like the other weekly bosses like child and whatnot, right?
yeah, yeah, for
You get
sure.
like a discount, but
Mm.
to offset that really nice bonus, you have to defeat this asshole of a rock frog that eats away
A
at your
giant
HP unless
Godzilla
you have
kaiju monster just attack you.
this Monster Hunter ripoff, I guess. That one that sort of like completely obliterates you unless you're good at dodging or have um, a decent shield character. And I have none of those, so it's like I have to ask my friends every week to help me with the rock frog, which I still haven't done by the way. So if you guys could help me later,
Yeah, I'm
No
done
problem.
actually. Yeah.
thank you. But like the fact that he is such a he is like the difficulty spike in Genshin, I believe, ever since child, because uh you get very good reward for being able to defeat him. But
But
of
defeating him is the
defeating
challenge.
him is a task. It's
Yeah.
a task and a fucking half. And I've of all my friends, nearly all of them, like uh, I've never seen anyone that was like, "Oh, I beat Ashtaha solo." All of my nearly all of my friends and like fellow Genshin players are like, I had friends help me beat them too. Everyone I know has had friends help them beat the fucking rock frog. He's that fucking
Why do you need a Zhongli when you could just cook 20 sweet dams? I don't know about you.
difficult.
As someone who is a Ganyu
Damn,
main and who doesn't have a character with shields except Diona, who, by the way, I have not built at all around the time Ajda came out. It was a
she's
pain in the ass.
she has like the second best shield, right?
Leona is a lifesaver, and I love her for that.
I don't use
She's actually
Diona
real
that
life.
much. I did start building her, but kind of don't use her still ish.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't bother doing Ajdaha at all because I was lucky enough to not have a character that needs Ajdaha for like ascending materials. So until a few weeks ago when I got Yoimiya. Spoiler alert. We'll get there. So in terms of events, we got Wind Trace, which is the
Oh, I didn't attend this one.
this was really fun. Hide and seek. Being a Mona main, easy. It was just easy.
Oh
But it
my
was
god.
fun. It was absolutely fun. Mimi Tomo, I believe this was the unusual Hilichurl quest. I don't give a shit. It's fine.
Same.
And then the hangout events for Noel and Diona came out. I still have not done them. I
Oh my
apologize.
god. Noelle is such a delight.
A
Her
sweetheart.
hangout her hangout events are such a delight, and she is so lovely as a character. I love her so much. I wish they'd buff her. I wish they'd give her energy particles when you use her fucking ult.
I
When
should
you use her fucking skill.
I should probably get to doing her her hangout event. And last but not the least, Eula came out. I
Hmm.
did not roll for
Oof.
Eula because I was saving up for Klee, but I did promise myself that I would roll for her if ever a reroll comes by because she's really thick.
She's something else.
She's something else. Also, the story quest was not Eula's story quest was not great, but it was cute. Because for
It was okay.
me,
It was like a
um,
redemption arc, you know.
yeah, I have a personal sort of rating for no, I think of um well, what do I call that? Um Aspects. I have a list on my mind of like aspects that makes a story quest great. And for me it's getting to know the character, cute interactions, and we get to learn something about the world. And if I'm not mistaken, I've already mentioned this from the last episode, but I still think that Zhongli's first story quest with the Salt God was probably the best one.
That was fire.
Yeah,
That was great.
I learned
Heartbreaking,
some, yeah,
but
it was
great.
heartbreaking. I learned something about Zhongli, something about
He's
the world, the lore.
wasn't entirely a good guy, and I like that.
Yeah, it really
That,
makes you think.
that quest was almost perfect. I say almost because I
Why is it
really
almost
wish
perfect?
they should have rewritten this one part. And you guys probably know which part I'm talking about. They should have rewritten this one line. The
You shall
stupid
feel the
wrath
wrath of the rock.
of the rock. Nothing has ruined like an experience for me. Like genuinely, hearing that was like, what the fuck is this?
Can you smell?
Can
Hearing
you
that
smell what Zhongli is cooking?
Hearing that unironically, all you think of is just like a penis joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, Eula's story quest was cute.
I
It was
like
really cute. It was really cute.
it was
I really like how Eula was presented to us the players from the trailers and from the lore as someone who's like stiff and regal, and it's like has manners of like an
like super,
aristocrat.
she's super polite and like
Yeah,
princely, you know.
she basically has a stick up her ass. That's like her
Yeah.
whole thing. And you play the story quest, and she's the weirdo in Mondstadt. I think it's cute where people are like, "Can you just stop?" And she's like, "No, vengeance will be mine."
Vengeance will be
And you're
mine.
like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, man." Saying, this is like,
Sure, whatever. Just get off
whatever,
my
man.
lawn, please. Get off my
Yeah,
lawn.
I really like that. That was a cute story quest. So yeah, I also have no qualms with this with
How about
version
her as a character?
1.5.
Her as a
Oh, that
character,
was my
because
phone.
like
I apologize.
I've never seen anyone shift the meta so hard.
I
Wait, who are we talking about?
Eula.
Eula,
Ah,
there hasn't been a meta Claymore user ever since Diluc.
I
You
still
know,
think she's up there in S tier with Ganyu and Shao and Hu Tao. Maybe
she's
an A at most.
because I remember someone got pissed at me for saying that someone on TikTok got pissed at me for saying like uh that Xinyan is basically 4-star Eula, and like
Um,
but
I
like
don't know.
think about it. Think about it for like one hot minute. Physical focused Claymore TPSs whose bursts have an instance of huge physical damage.
I never thought about it that way. That's
mm,
fair.
I see what you're trying to say. However, I disagree
Hmm.
because the thing is, the Shinyan's just built so shittily. No offense, but
Mihoyo
Mihoyo
just
did
they played her
Shinyan
dirty.
so dirty.
They did
Honestly,
Xinyan
They
so
they put
dirty.
her in the ground so bad. Her kit is garbage.
What are we gonna do with this dinky ass shield?
Exactly. And like the amount of time that you can actually have pyro on the field from her is minuscule. Like, what's the point? And then physical DPS for a pyro, you can't even superconduct. What's the hello?
I just remember being absolutely shocked by the numbers that Eula can do.
She can do high fucking numbers.
Holy
That's
shit!
scary about it.
I actually thought she was gonna surpass Ganyu in terms of
No, here's the
damage.
thing. I do understand that Gun was this Ganyu. Yula's numbers are super good. Like in terms of her ult, then
But I
that
guess it's
sword
about the
dropping down.
consistency, huh? It's
It
not about the
Energy
actually is
loss.
damage. It's not
anything.
about the damage per
So
screenshot.
like there's exactly this whole discussion about the DPS damage per screenshot or like that YouTuber damage, right? Like, oh, I've grinded all these artifacts with all this resin that I bought with my money, so you can do that too. Random Genshin player with no money who has Eula and the free to play weapon. It's it's misleading. It brings me to a point of like how sometimes it's misleading to say that, oh, but these units can do so much damage, but you're only seeing YouTubers doing that kind of damage. It's good to temper your expectations. If I'm trying to, that's
Insane
what I'm.
physical build.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Insane
trying to say.
physical build. They have R5 Song of Broken
Oh
Pines.
my fucking
They
god.
have fucking
C6
C6,
Eula.
the
Yeah, so
perfect pale flame set.
like I understand like how it's super appealing, but it's also good to be realistic with what you expect from a
Yeah,
character once.
you know what? That actually
Because majority of players are free to play. Majority of players like play this like out of their phone or like their dinky
Majority
PC.
of players have mouths to feed.
Majority of
yeah,
yeah.
for
Plus,
sure.
these YouTubers are like fucking
Full of
spoon
shit.
fed by Mihoyo. You know,
Mm.
like how did you see that one YouTuber who accidentally like leaked his Genshin like mail, and then it was like Mihoyo giving him like a fuck ton of
Is it
primos.
that Tectone? That one clip of
Tectone.
Tectone where he was getting
Yeah,
primos from Mihoyo
yeah,
because
I
he
hate.
was quote unquote helping the community because he's a content creator focused on
Yeah,
Genshin.
That
yeah,
I
Yeah.
will
yeah.
reserve my opinions about that guy.
I don't watch
Which I
Genshin
which is because I
YouTubers that much.
respect. Which is because that makes me respect I win like people like I win to lose more because he has like a separate free to play account where he like actively makes moves to make the most approachable builds for characters as possible.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So yeah, Eula, pretty she's thick and
she's
pretty naughty
bulletproof.
damage, and she's cute. Another waifu to the Genshin waifu collection.
And
Mhm.
also, yes, damage aside, her ass is fat.
She ha- I've never seen such a fatter ass before. Like
Mihoyo
in
knew
Holy
what the fuck they
shit.
were doing. Do
oh, you
you
knew what they
remember
were
the
I thought
trailer with the
I
tango
thought
music playing? Come
yeah,
I
and then she
remember
on.
like
when the
arched over and like
That
her
was
back arched and like yeah,
insane.
the nail in the
yes.
coffin was that sneeze from her trailer. Like you didn't have
Everyone
to do
went
that.
batshit insane when
Okay.
she
Okay,
sneezed.
she's cute too. I get it.
Oh, and she's a lesbian because Amber.
Period. Period.
I just like that people ship her with Amber. I just like the
I
distinct
like that.
personalities that they have, where Eula's like, and Amber's like, heh, yeah.
I like that they make Amber like they imply that Amber's the guiding one in their relationship. You know,
Yeah, even though Eula is like more or less has a higher position of power in
a higher
Mondstadt.
position of power in the Knights, and like
Yeah.
she's like a more powerful person. Period. But she listens to Amber.
I think that's really adorable. I like that. I have no qualms
That
with Eula. I will definitely roll for her when I
If
rerun.
she were, yeah.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
And
I'll give it a.
last but not the least, before the big update, version 1.6, Midsummer Island Adventure. We have
Mm-hmm.
okay.
the
That,
Cleary run and the Kazuha banner.
can
Boy,
I
Yeah.
just
what are your
say,
thoughts on this?
holy shit! The highlight of that entire event was the soundtrack.
Incredible music.
So
I love the
good. It was
music for that
so
area.
good. Holy shit.
Giving me cafe, but like spicy. You know.
Give
Um
me fucking Super Mario Sunshine.
we've already mentioned this from the last episode, but we can't give enough credit for Mihoyo and the fucking music for Genshin. It's insane. I just remembered just now how good Ageda's theme is.
Yu
It
Ping
sounds like a
Chen.
fucking
You Peng
Godzilla
Chen.
theme playing in the
Holy
background.
shit!
Yu Ping Chen.
Hats
We owe
off.
our lives to you.
Can I just
Insane.
say, aside from Genshin, the whole Hoyo mix and people working on the soundtracks of Genshin, I have to give them credit where credit is due. This is also because they grew making the soundtracks for Honkai. And if you've ever tried taking a listen to Honkai soundtracks, they're leaning more, of course, on modern music and
Techno beat
well, not
type of
super.
vibe.
Yeah, yeah. But some of them are also
Yeah.
orchestral, and most of them are vocal. And I cannot express how many times I've cried from the music in Honkai. it's really good, especially if you know the context, of course, of the story and the
Yeah.
animations. Can I just say one thing that Mihoyo
Yeah.
is doing wrong? Not really doing wrong. One thing that I can't, for the life of me, understand why Mihoyo is doing, is that the animations in Genshin are like cool. Like okay, every other patch is like, whoa, we got this animation where we
Oh, we got
fight
that
child.
one cutscene.
Yeah, you got that cutscene where like the characters show up in this place and like it's really cool. But that's the thing though. It's like supposed to be within the game so you can understand things, but they're already separate
Yeah, yeah.
animations. They're not rendered in the game, right? I
Hmm.
get it. Genshin is like PC plus PS4 plus phone, and you can play it anywhere. It's supposed to be as compatible as hell. Yeah, but Honkai's animations have nothing to do with the game engine, but they're amazing. Can I just say,
Yeah.
like,
I've seen. Yeah.
Genshin's animations are utter garbage compared to Honkai.
The
Really?
cutscene.
Like utter garbage.
That's
Straight up.
They they pale
that's
in
true.
comparison.
That's true.
Honkai's animations shit on Genshin's in every parallel universe existing.
Honkai Impact cutscenes are insane.
They're so good. Well, I
Incredible.
mean, of course, especially the I would say I would call them like chapter highlight, like not really chapter because there's not one per chapter, but like those big specific moments in Honkai's story, they're way better than Genshin's. But then that's the thing, Honkai is like a what, almost 5 year old game. It's 4 years old. Came out global in like 2017, so it's like a 4 year old game, right? Almost ish. Like, I don't know how to do math. Basic arithmetic kills me.
Okay.
Anyways, that's the thing. They started on Honkai, and that's kind of like their ground for like. I know Mihoyo started in Gun Girl Z, and we don't need to go into the whole like
The Mihoyoverse.
Mihoyoverse, yeah. But
Mm.
that's really where they popped off, right? And I guess Genshin just needs time to bake. You know what I mean?
It's
It,
relatively
it,
fresh.
it's slowly easing into like the same amount of like effort that they're putting into Honkai. Well,
Yeah,
now
they're
that they realize how lucrative Genshin is, like money wise, in terms of like their IP just literally being bigger than some people not knowing certain Nintendo games. Like people before were like Genshin's
Yeah.
just a Breath of the Wild clone, and now some people who play Genshin have no idea what the fuck Legend of Zelda is.
that's so true though.
Yeah.
It could
Peop-
be
Like
so much
Genshin has
more.
become
That's the thing.
huge. Exactly. So I feel like now that they're starting to put more money into it. Obviously they would be because Genshin's earning much more than Honkai.
Earning
It's
numbers.
Yeah, it really is. I really, especially with this 2.1 update, which we're gonna get into, it's starting
yeah.
to
In a
also
bit.
story wise ramp up, and I love that
Mm. We're gonna
because
get into spoiler territories in a bit, so yeah.
Honkai
Fair
is
warning.
not fucking afraid. Honkai's not afraid. Like, oh, this character, yeah, she dies. What of it? Like, oh, this character is gonna help you out. Did he also cause the murder and slaughter of several hundreds of thousands of people several thousand years ago because of their shady organization? Yeah, but you're gonna have to work with him. Or like, oh, maybe we could have brought this person back to life. No, your character is going to cry about it now.
The thing with Mihoyo that I noticed, Mihoyo loves a morally gray character.
Yes.
Mihoyo
That
loves
I
a
love
morally
that. I love that.
character.
Of course he's got people conflicted, but it's better talking about that than how characters are just like fucking, can I just say fucking Azur Lane's character designs? Like, yes, they make me hard, but are they original? Fucking no.
Same way, same
There's
way how I feel about Grand Blue.
Yeah, okay. That's also how I feel about Fate Grand Order. Like some of their character designs are bangers. Some of them are iconic because they've been
Huge
around for a long
knockers.
time.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
at
but
them right
the
now.
others are like, we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing, and you can get away with it.
They can get away with it. They have our money
It's,
regardless.
I
but
feel like
it's just sad. You know,
mm,
it's sad.
I feel
We've
like
had enough fat titty anime girls to go around.
fat titty anime.
Come on.
Oh
There's
yeah,
other
that's
ways
a fair
to
point.
spin it, right? There's other ways to spin it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
looking at
gotta
Azure.
know
I'm
new
looking at
flavors
Azure
of
Lane right now. Jesus.
like yeah, and that's the one thing I also really. Oh yeah, by the way, I live beside an airport, so
That's
if
a
you hear a
Millennium
plane in the
Falcon in the
background,
background. Yeah.
um, it's the one thing I also really hate about Azure Lane, specifically Azure Lane, is that they only cater to two types of people: people who love milfs or giant titties, or people who are pedophiles.
Azure Lane. Why does this game? Why do I feel like I know the game but I haven't seen the game?
Um,
Every gotcha game
it,
starts to melt
it's
melt
Azure.
basically
at one point.
Chinese anti-collection.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. It's the one with the fox girl. Well, every gacha game has a fox girl.
Every
So
gotcha
Yeah,
game has a fox girl and a
yeah,
token
their
dungeon girl.
execution.
we got the lolly. We got the one with the big tits. We got the one with
Which
the
is
ponytail. Okay.
it's ironic that the same game publisher that made Azur Lane, which yes, it does make good material to fap to. I do not disagree with that. But story wise, I could give less of a shit. Like, bro, these are ship girls. I understand. Some ship buried in the Pacific Ocean, several
Mm-hmm.
thousand miles deep, is also the same material that you come to every other night because you have a poster of them on your wall. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, have fun with that, right? But then it's funny for me that this whole like type of audience is existing from or exists from a game whose developers also made Arknights. Or
What?
rather, I think publisher.
Publisher.
Yeah, they also
Mm.
they Yostar also holds
I
Arknights,
looked up
which
Azure Lane, and the
in
first thing I saw
terms
is a panty shot of this child. What the fuck?
Yeah.
but in terms of like, can I just say in terms of like, I think this is just a gotcha game discussion. My bad. And I mean,
It's
then
alright.
again, podcasts
Tangent
are just
time.
tangents, right? Let's go.
Yeah, tangent
That's the
time.
thing. Arknights, can I just say in terms of like story, in terms of lore and character design of any gotcha game, more than Genshin Impact, I love Arknights for it.
Arknight has
Like,
fantastic
Arknights
character. Top
is
tier.
I love the
Top
Arknights'
character
tier.
design
character
for
design
Arknights.
is way better than Genshin, but of course the budget is different, right?
You
Of
know
course you
what?
get to experience Genshin
I'm
in
gonna
3D.
agree with you on
Can I
that
just say,
one.
yeah, Arknights is amazing
The character
because they're
designs
not,
are insane. They're really
and
good.
that's also the thing about Arknights. They're not afraid about making the story dark as fuck.
I don't know anything about Arknight's story personally. I'd love to get into it soon, but like,
Uh,
I've
there's
only played it once.
slavery, there's murder, there's
ooh,
child labor, there's death by child labor.
death by child labor.
Yeah, there's also
There's also
how do I say?
furries too. Do you have
There's
any idea how many?
here's the thing.
Is this
Arknights has like
the tiger girl
Arknights
with the
has
glasses?
this is a common question. Arknights like Arknights are all based off of like the characters are all kind of based off of like uh what's this? They're all kind of based off of animals. Does that mean if you like
Wait,
any
are they
character,
really?
furry?
Yeah, I noticed a
Yeah,
lot of them have ears. You
they're
know,
all based off of animals one way or another, like sea creatures or like land creatures. Of course, we have
I see some
Yeah,
mermaid.
yeah.
people, we have like canine, we have cat people, right? And then there are like a couple of outliers. There's this one
Mountain.
non-playing yeah, we have like giant literal cat man who's
Giant tiger
really,
man mountain,
yeah,
famous in the furry fandom.
he's really nice. Don't worry about it. He won't bite unless you need him to.
Mhm.
I saw that coming.
And then there's literally a rat king.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me about this? Hold up.
I told you about this. I was fighting that event that one time.
Wait,
Uh,
Rat King.
Yeah, Rat King Arknights. He's just an
Arknights
old rat dude.
Rat King.
He's just straight up a rat.
Bro,
And
look at this guy's fit. What the fuck? He has no business looking this
it's-
fresh.
for
That looks
context, Rat
great,
King
though.
would
Is he
be on
playable?
Fortnite.
What the Rat
No,
King doing though?
He's not playable, but his lore is really cool.
What the fuck? Wait, hold up. I'm gonna send a picture. Okay.
I think we all searched him up. Other than I mean, I know what he looks
Unphoto.
like already, but
Insane. Look at that.
I love
He
it.
looks
I
so
love this
cool.
yeah,
classy pimp shit is great.
he got that drip. And then we have like characters like Waaifu, which is they knew what they were doing with the name. But yeah, she's kind of like a tigress type of girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
she's
we
pretty
have-
famous in the fandom too.
Yeah, and then we have other characters in Arknights. Like there's a bird that's just
There's a bird.
yeah,
Or-
there's also a Tupac penguin.
There's
Every
also Hung. What's his name? His
yeah,
name is Hung,
the,
right?
the dog shielder dude.
The dog guy with like a spike on his head. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
be honest with you guys?
What?
Every passing
Yeah.
second, I'm trying my best to find a way to tangent back into Genshin.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah,
alright. It's
basically
alright.
we're just searching some dope Arknights card. I'm just basically saying the contrast between other gacha games and Genshin.
Yeah,
It's
perfect
kind of
tangent
like,
back into
yeah,
Genshin. I was
yeah.
gonna
This was
say
not stuffed.
I
This
feel
was not
like
stuffed.
Genshin right now, we're gonna get into Inazuma, but Genshin right now is starting to dip into the amount of like obscurity that Honkai already has.
Yeah,
And
it's starting to be like that meme where like Western games are like, ah, yes, I am a farmer in the
And then boom,
Wisconsin,
kill God.
and then we will fight for liberation. There's big like problem. We kill commies. Wow, in
Huh?
the fucking story is simple as fuck. And then we go to Asian games, and it's like some alien shit,
resurrection and alternate
resurrection.
universes and shit.
There's a specific meme in my head that I want to play.
Okay, yeah.
Western games, Asian games. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um as you've mentioned earlier, Genshin is still relatively new and fresh. So I feel like it's about to dip into that type of story where things are not it's kind of like how in the MCU we more or less had to sit through like a shit ton of like cookie cutter basic superhero movies for the first half, maybe even more. Up until we got into Infinity War, maybe Civil War even, where things got kind of experimental where oh shit's actually gonna happen now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited for that. But going way back, we apologize. We're gamers. Speedrun. Midsummer Island Adventure 1.6. Clear
Is that
rerun.
really where we tangented off of?
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes ago, I think. It's all right. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. I rolled for Klee. I mean, I'm kind of sad that she didn't come home early. I hit hard pity on Klee. I think I got her at like 85. But I did like a random 10 roll on the weapon banner around that time, and I got a skyward sword, the skyward claymore weapon. So that was fun.
Right?
Yeah, I got a skyward pride on my first
Yeah.
10 roll. That was insane. But honestly, I was kind of, I mean, I was happy, but I was kind of sad because I wanted to get Fischl's bow, the
Yeah,
Mitternacht
now got
waltz.
it.
Yeah, it's funny because I had a friend who wanted to get a spine, but he got R3 Mitternacht waltz. And I got a skyward spine. I was like, man, if I could trade with you like this weapon, I would take it. But luckily, I got the bow eventually. This was a fun um
Update.
this was a fun update. This
I
stands
agree.
this stands out to me. Just feels homey, feels it's exactly what Caleb said. It's like Mario Sunshine. The only gripe that I have with this is the stuff that you have to collect from the islands. It's I
The
just
fucking conch shell.
I fucking hated it because I know that you can keep track and you can more or less see on your map if there's a conch shell on the island you're in.
But the
But
thing is,
there's something
like,
jarring about well, you have to collect 24 more and you're like where do I even begin? Like have I checked this island? It didn't bother me that much, but I just
I
feel like that was a little bit too it wasn't hard. It was more tedious, I would say.
definitely tedious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was tedious.
As much fun as I had with the update, another gripe I have with it is that they didn't really try to make the oceans all that more exciting because this update was a really good way to introduce the mechanics of what Inazuma would be like.
The
You
boats
know,
and the
a lot of
islands.
the boats, the islands, the
Mhm.
verticality. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
uh, But the thing is, they didn't try to make the oceans exciting at all.
It's just water and island.
It's just water, occasional hilichurl camp. You know,
Yeah, I wish they could have put. Maybe they. Do you think they did that on purpose because they're gonna sink those islands back into
back
under
into
the
the abyss.
sea after and back into the abyss after 1.6?
I
What if
guess,
this
but like,
comes back like exactly a year from now, like in the lore?
oh, that'd be cute though. It'd be nice to like have like new players from next
Because
year
the
like
whole
experience it
yeah,
again. You know,
because the whole point of like this the summer island is like the lore states that they only like surface during that point in the year, and then they come back down.
And Klee's god level wizard mom just managed to like mechanize the whole island.
please
Alice becomes
fucking
a player
god.
Alice, insane.
I will die.
Going into the story, it's not. There's just not much happening, but I don't care because it's cute. You know what I mean?
It
Just
is.
a little
Yeah,
child
I,
wanting to
I
have
kind
fun
of
with her friends.
it's
that
a
part
it's
where
a nice break from like the heaviness of
Of what's about to come.
nice break from the heaviness of like past updates. You know, like
yeah.
before that was fucking Rock Frog and
Rex
yeah.
Chungus.
Can I just say like I'm not being sexist here or whatever, right? Like I know you start out the party with just the girls and then the guys come in like
Yeah,
later
yeah,
on.
yeah.
That was kind of jarring for me. It's not because like oh because men are here. Like I don't really give a shit. It's fine. But like it's more like what the fuck is Razor doing?
Yeah, he had no reason. Well, I
I
guess
mean, no, I know
according
because
to
of the
Alice's
association
mom,
with
it's
Klee.
like, oh,
Yeah,
these are the
because they're
people
all
around Klee, right?
important people to Klee. But then there's like Diluc. Really?
I saw this meme like just an hour ago maybe on my phone that I downloaded a few months ago when this update came out, and it was basically like a chart with all of the characters in the event and their faces, and they're like, Kaya's reason on being here, treasure, Klee's reason on being here, having fun, and then there's Diluc seeing Jean in a bikini.
God,
Yeah, this update going to Jean in a bikini. This update introduced
pickles,
skins.
skin.
Um, what do we think? I mean, Jean looks pretty. I have
Okay.
nothing else to say. They
Not
look
a fan of
pretty.
Jean skin. Not a fan of
It,
Jean
it,
skin.
it's for me. It's like okay.
Barbara's
In
was summer skin. You know, Barbara. You see that skin and you're like, oh,
Barbara's is just
you think
cute,
summer event.
cute.
You know,
Yeah, it's like oh hey duck.
The
You're just a
duck
duck.
bag, yeah,
Jean
yeah.
looks like a Christian mom. She looks like a
She
Catholic
really
mom
does.
en route
I
to
still
church.
think she hits different still with the normal default
Normal
skin.
outfit
The
is
normal
much
outfit's
better.
still much more like, I don't know. It just hits more different than
And
the beach
for the
skin.
fact that the outfits have a star rating implies that there's gonna be a 5-star skin.
More money for Mihoyo, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh
But
boy.
the thing with skins, which is like really weird to me, is that can you still purchase Barbara's skin? No, right?
You can.
I think you
Oh, you
can.
can.
At the
Okay,
Yeah,
then
same
yeah.
price as
you just have to pay
jeans.
for. You just have to pay for it
Yep.
now.
And we're back. Sorry for something came up, but we're back now. Anyways, you were saying, Joshi.
What was I saying?
We're talking about
Oh,
the skins, like Barbara's skin.
yeah. The thing with like um the skins is Mihoyo has stated that they're gonna keep pushing this game for like a few more years. You know, like a hefty amount of years,
Yeah.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7.
And yeah, there we have
I'm
like
gonna
that
need,
trophy hill.
and I know that making skins is hard because it's essentially animating a new character. You know,
Is it?
because there's no physics in this shit. There's no physics with the models. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
hand animated. Uh, the would it be stressing it if I said that they should push out a couple more skins every few updates? And now, I fully expected like a Zhangling and Keqing skin for this current update. You know, or like
I
a Zhangling skin for this update because she's such a huge pivotal part of the Moon Chase, is that what it's called?
The Moon Chase Festival.
Yeah, she's such a huge
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
I would have expected, like a whole an event centered around cooking. Maybe Zhangling could have had, more of a visual upgrade since she's been there from the start. But the topic with skins is, if you're gonna put rarities on them too, by the way, push more of them out. That's all
I
I'll say.
wouldn't be opposed to that unless there's. I feel like they should only um give more skins if there's an certain event that
Yeah,
calls for a skin, like a certain situation where they're in this place and you definitely need to see them like wearing this outfit, right? So yeah, at the back of my head, no, sorry, at the top of my head, I can't think of any specific situations where um I could see any of the characters wearing specific clothing.
or
So I don't
like a
really know,
yeah.
but wait, if I'm not mistaken, they're gonna have Christmas themed skins.
They
I
should have had
remember, and I think
please.
Barbara's gonna get a second skin. If I'm not mistaken, she's gonna get like a
Are they
cute
trying to
Santa themed skin.
are they trying to cope with the fact that every time somebody rolls for a Barbara, they're just malding?
Everyone has
You're
a
basically
C6
immortal. You're
Barbara.
basically immortal if you have a C6 Barbara.
Yeah, sometimes I take her to the abyss. It's fun. But yeah, skins. They look cute. I have nothing else to say. The
I have
mini
nothing.
games were, you know what? I had fun. I like the mini games.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like the Harpasta minigames. They were just brain
Oh my
dead,
god,
like
those were.
easy puzzles.
I had a love-hate relationship with those.
The Harpastums.
Me too, because
Yes.
I was playing the game on the iPad around that time. So imagine like the movement I had to
Aiming.
do, and like aiming was insane. But I got used to it, and it kind of grew on me, and it was fun. I think there was one, oh my gosh. I remember one part of the event that I didn't like. It's the one where you have to kill those hilichurls while aiming those like harpastum.
I forgot the name of that event, but yeah, I hated that.
Yeah,
You
Lame
I
as
have like
hell.
you get
Lame
a
as
buff
hell.
specifically. Yeah, you specifically get a buff when you hit a thing with that harpastum.
yeah, I think
I
it
was
was
like, okay,
called.
you're supposed to get a rhythm from like killing it and like killing them and then like getting the thing and then going back. It's like supposed to be a thing you go back and forth with. It's clunky for me.
I usually finish like limited events whenever there's a whenever there's an update. There's usually an event that comes with it, right? Like a mini game, and most of the time we all manage to finish those events, but not this one, not that one where you have to beat up the literals while you're like shooting the harpastum. It was insanely hard, especially for me who was using an
Not even
iPad.
the not even the fun kind of hard.
Yeah, I was just, what the fuck am I doing this for? So I didn't bother. So but it was fine because I got Klee. And yeah, that was fun.
And I got Kazuha.
And you got Kazuha. Oh, and also got Dodoko Tails. If you guys got Dodoko Tails, I mean, I got
I,
Dodoko
Actually,
Tails. I
okay
put
for
Dodoko Tails
Yanfei.
on Yanfei. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we have wood siths on our clues.
Yeah, more or less.
I have Witsith on my Yanfei.
That's good too.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the update where they allowed you to put characters in your teapot,
Teapot.
which
I
I
think so.
absolutely love. I
Mm-hmm.
like the
Yeah,
idea of having my characters in the teapot and I can talk to them.
Makes it feel more personal.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
like the thing for me is I think it's a lot to ask for Mihoyo because that's just not how the game is programmed. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty hard to program any movement for characters, but
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
could just walk around like a set path, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
The biggest part of what makes Genshin so great is the characters, because I don't play much gacha games, sure, but like I've yet to see a gacha game go to this level of like bringing their characters to life, you know, and like yeah, what makes Genshin so great is the characters, and the interactions that you get to have with
Yeah,
them, and
it's the appeal from the
it's,
characters.
yeah, 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 and like the fact that you could put them in your Serenity pot, and then like
They
you
have
could
something to say
talk
to
to
you
them.
personally.
They have
Yeah,
voice acting
man.
too.
When I put Mona in my house and she said I'm saving up money for us to go on a vacation, I died. I lost it.
Died.
It was
She
over.
says that,
She says
and
that. She's like, I know I don't have any
I
more
would know.
money.
I don't have Mona Magistus. It's been a year.
I don't
Anyway,
have Jean, but
You
I
still
got
don't have
over her.
Mona?
I still don't have a Mona. I have
You
three
want
genes.
you want me to give you a Mona constellation? I'm like C1 Mona right
Please,
now.
Me and Caleb
please.
has this thing where back then when I started playing Genshin, the only 5-star that I wanted was Jean, and Caleb has like C3 Jean, and I have C1 Mona. I'm not complaining about the C1 Mona. It's just that if I could trade that one copy of Mona for a Jean, I would take it. But I just got over Jean because some of the later Genshin girls they kind of hit different. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get there almost, but yeah. 1.6. I had fun. I liked how it was a breath of fresh air where the characters are just wow. It's actually been a while since the last time we had fun. And this was also, I believe, our introduction to Kazuha. Yes, our introduction to
Another
Kazuha.
character, another character I actively saved up for and prepped for.
Kazuha is
I've never.
fun.
He is the epitome of a fun character. He has like he's venti but good.
He's
No,
venti but good. All
no,
the
no, no,
meta
no,
slaves grinding
that's
on
rude.
Abyss are about to come for your head, Joshi.
Sure, sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I run a physical official. I don't give a shit. But the uh I I'm a Kazuha main now because of that. I love the boy
Yeah.
so much. He has such a compelling story, and he has so much mobility, which is fun. You can dodge. I didn't realize how fun dodging enemy attacks were with his skill was.
Yeah,
The amount of
yeah.
times that helped me with Child is amazing. Mwah. Kazuha has a grand addition to the to the roster, and I love it. I just love it.
So overall, 1.6 update was pretty fun.
It
Pretty
was pretty good.
pog.
It was
Pretty
pretty good.
pog. Yeah. Also, the Mago Kenki looks really cool. I'm just gonna say that.
Maggie Kink. Maggie Kinky.
The Maggie Kenki looks really cool. And finally, we have arrived to what we're actually gonna talk about.
Supposed to talk about.
Took us an hour, a good hour to get there. But Inazuma update 2.0, which featured Ayako's banner and Yoimiya's banner. So I have so much to say. I don't even know where to begin.
Oh
Maybe
my
I can
god.
start with the fact, like for the first time, I never experienced being down bad for a character to the point that I'm actually computing on like a notebook the amount of rolls that I need to save up.
Did you do that for Yoimiya?
I did that for Yoimiya.
Wow.
I have so many like sticky notes under the table right now where it's just like full of additions and subtractions where I was calculating, oh, if I buy the walking around this time and I did all my comms every day for the next 30 days, then I can get blah 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 amount of rolls like next month, blah blah blah. I really wanted to get Yoimiya. I
And you got
don't
her.
know. I don't know why. What was Yoimiya's appeal to me? I don't know. Yoimiya is just really cute. Me and Caleb already talked about this like many times, but my taste in anime girls is like the girl next door type of vibe, just lively and fun and loud. She's basically better Amber. I'm sorry. I had I had to say that. And they released Yoimiya on Amber's birthday. They dragged Amber through the mud.
Yeah, they really
They
did.
really did. But yeah, I was computing roles for Yoimiya like straight up. I even debated on whether I wanted Yoimiya or Raiden Shogun. And honestly, most of the people told me to just get Raiden Shogun because I mean, it's not really a question. Booba sword, Electro Booba sword. That's it. That's all you have to know. That's all you need. But then Caleb asked me which one makes your cock hard and which one makes your heart soft. And I said, Yoimiya does both of those things at the same time. And he told me, then get Yoimiya. And it was insane because I was planning on rolling for Yoimiya on the last day of her banner because I
You
wanted to
couldn't. It was
save up
close.
as much rolls as I could. I speed ran Inazuma within 2 weeks. It's like I think I 100%ed all the islands within 2 weeks just so I can save up rolls for Yoimiya, and I like to think it was worth it. Um, Almost every single one of my friends got Yoimiya on the day on her banner release. And my friend told me, listen, man, your luck's gonna run out if you wish anytime sooner. You gotta roll now. And I think I had 120, maybe 112 rolls ready that time. And I got spooked by a C1 Diluc at the first 10 roll. But that's when I realized, wait a minute. If I got spooked by a Diluc on the first 10 roll, then I'm guaranteed a
You're
Yoimiya.
guaranteed.
Yeah, and I got Yoimiya on around the 50th roll, and it was just insane. Yoimiya's a blast. Yoimiya isn't a game-changing DPS. She's not a Ganyu. She's not a Huta or a Shao. She's just really fun to use. And I love her as a character. She's adorable, and she's hot too. So yeah. But as for my thoughts on Inazuma, what can I say? It's insane. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's just a breath of fresh air from all the fucking yellow grass from Liyue, which I'm so sick of seeing. But yeah, the I'd like to think that the story is getting a lot more interesting now that we're in Inazuma. Mihoyo is definitely starting to dip their toes into the moral gray area. Ooh, what if the bad guy's not so bad after all? What if the good guys you were with the whole time were kind of shady, you know? And I like that. I like the inclusion of Beidou basically smuggles you to Inazuma, and Kazua's just, oh well, I'm a wanted terrorist. I'm a domestic terrorist, so I'm can't really step foot on Inazuma. And you meet Toma, which is a fixer, which is really funny. It's really funny. And
Easy guy.
I have nothing else to say about Inazuma. It's just fun. It's definite. There's definitely an incline with the difficulty, definitely. But I don't know. You just kind of get used to it. I don't know if you guys watching. I don't know what AR you guys are in, but eventually you're just gonna get used to it. You know. Oh my god, you died. Yeah, whatever. Just eat an egg, bro.
Egg
You'll be
time.
yeah, egg time, bro. Yeah. The puzzles were they're not hard, but MiHoYo definitely stepped up their puzzle game because you definitely need to use more. You just need to think more around this time. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, that's the content that people have been asking for the longest time, anyways.
Yeah, they asked for content and we got content. Also, I think
We really did.
Joshi AFK'd.
Oh no, he got.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's
Well,
continue.
that being said, what time stamp are we on?
We're around an hour and 9 minutes, so we got time. It's
We
all
got
good.
time.
Yeah, I mean, now that we're at this part where we're talking about Inazuma,
You want to do an intermission?
I'm at loss for words because
Really?
I don't know. It's just good. Inazuma is just good. I mean, visually it looks amazing. I like the blues, the purples, and the green palettes they used. I like the character designs of the NPCs are cool. I mean, the Mirror Maiden. Hello.
Yes.
If
Yes.
I had to pick a gripe with the Mirror Maiden, it's that the voice acting direction for the Mirror Maiden's EN voice is kind of kind of missed the mark there. But other than that, Inazuma like as a part of the game just looks amazing. And it's much more. It's just much more interesting. It's kind of like, you watch those movies and you follow this protagonist, and their cooler older brother shows up. That's Inazuma to me. You know what I mean? There's so much more
Yeah.
interesting stuff there, like the electrogranum mechanic where you can like zip around. It's
Mm-hmm.
very satisfying, very fun. Although I will curse that one fucking Chinju forest puzzle where you need to collect all the particles. I will curse that puzzle to the day I die because I still can't finish it. But yeah. And
Huh.
MiHoYo finally, took things into their own hands and said, we can't let people min-max like this island in a week. And the way they did that was by
I would
designing
say,
world quests that are locked by real time, which I
I would
actually
say
like.
that's a decent way to go about it. At least they didn't handle it too brashly by making things literally like resin. Because if they made another system that's just like resin, people will flip their shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Thinking
Yeah, for
about
real,
it,
for
like
real.
we already have the resin system, which nobody likes, right? We
Yeah.
have to deal with it. If we have another thing that's like locked over like time regen, that's yeah, whatever, sure. But that's the thing. There's always that discussion between the min-maxing community and how they want to speedrun things within a day, and then there's a casual community who's like, "Holy shit, this is too much content."
It was very jarring at first. I feel like you would
Yeah,
agree.
for me too. I mean, not only at the time where we kind of in the middle of academic things, and when Inazuma came out 2.0,
Yeah, I
we had a
wasn't
lot of
handling my
conversations.
time very well, so I was speedrunning in Azuma,
Yeah, and
and
that's the thing. It's like for me
as
when I
someone
got
who
into
went in
Inazuma,
blind, right?
yeah, finally dipped my toes into it once I had less work to do, or once we finished that semester. Start knowing where to start with Inazuma is wow, huh? Maybe I should do the Archon quest, yeah, but there's like so much other stuff
So
that's
much road
probably
quests
interesting to
too.
me as well. Exactly. I mean, that's how it really is with a new nation, I guess. I mean, when we first discovered Leeway, there was so much stuff to do, but
Very
it
wide.
comes with the content. Yeah, it comes with the content.
I just realized and kind of gave myself a mental note that whenever there's a new update and a new island pops up, I just basically tell myself to do all the road quests first, so it's much more easier to like roam around. Then I'll savor the story for last. Which kind of has its ups and downs because you log on Twitter or Facebook and you basically see a spoiler and you're fucked. You're fucked. You have nothing to do. You get spoiled and you can't do anything about it. But I guess for your sake, for in order for you to not get jarred by the amount of like content thrown in your face, then I would say it's a much more safer way to do like content in Genshin. Just do the world quests first, then do the story. I mean, that's how I
Or it
do it.
could be
So
the other way around, yeah.
yeah, or it could be the
Because
other way around. Either way,
I like because especially if it's a story quest, it feels like you're doing world quests in a nation which has unresolved problems.
yeah, especially with the specific. I mean, we're not in 2.1 yet, but in 2.1,
What do you mean?
um,
We're in two oh, we're in the
no, I mean in
discussion.
terms of discussion,
Yeah.
um, spoiler alert, we have Raiden Shogun. We rolled for her,
We all
and
rolled for
we
her.
can't
All of us.
ascend her unless we explore the like this one island that's just full of fucking lightning.
Yeah, that's one thing that's
Sorry, I'm
also like
back.
Hello,
hello.
welcome back.
That's one thing that's also kind of been conflicting with me is that what if people like came into the game and like they rolled characters from regions they haven't unlocked yet, right? They're so they're still
Oh
they still end
yeah,
up
they're forced to
being
wait.
forced to either wait
Oh,
or they're forced to raise characters which they might not exactly want, even though they feel like they have the illusion of choice. They're still forced to level the Mondstadt squad. They're still forced to level Shangling or whoever they can get their hands on that have materials at the ready in Mondstadt or wherever in Leeway that they've already explored.
especially with
I feel like that
Inazuma characters is
yes,
hard.
I feel like that's going to be an even worse trend once we get into more nations like Sumeru. People are going to want to come into Genshin, let's say returning characters or returning players or players who want to get into the game because of a specific character that got announced because I guess they like that character. They got the hots for that character, right? But then, oh, boohoo, you rolled the character, but you can do jack squat with it because there are like several AR missions way ahead of you. Like, you have to be AR 30 to explore this, or Inazuma's so hard to clear, you're probably locked behind the soft gate of difficulty. So you actually have to go all the way to like here. You actually have to level other characters, which have to take a lot of time to grind before you can enjoy the character that you rolled for. I feel like that's going to be a trend, and that's going to be an issue. Because that means people are going to have this inherent bias towards Mondstadt and Leeway characters that are easier to farm
Because you're always gonna start there.
because you're always going to start there.
I kind of don't mind it. Not gonna lie.
For me, I feel like it's a problem for people who are getting into the game. We don't mind it because we're already far into the game. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
Imagine
thinking
getting
from the
Kujo
perspective,
Sarah now.
yeah. Or for example, you got the Raiden Shogun because like, oh, I played Honkai, maybe I can start Genshin anew. Like, oh, I got the Raiden Shogun. I'm so happy. When can I use this? Yeah, like 3 months from now, once you're AR 40.
Talent books are
Feels
gonna be so hard.
bad.
Talent books,
That's
ascension
the one.
materials,
Yeah, that's
locked.
the one issue I'm really afraid might prevent Genshin from obtaining a new player base.
Totally agree.
So we were just talking about Inazuma, Joshi.
Yeah.
I didn't really say much except Inazuma's basically that one cooler brother that comes into the room and says, "Hey, what's up? I'm cool." Everything's just better in Inazuma. Visually, it looks better. The puzzles are designed in a way where you actually have to think. Well, not all of them, but
Not
some of
not
them.
dummy. They're not dummy brain puzzles unless you have Zhongli.
Yeah, and it's just a breath of fresh air from all the fucking green grass, fucking stones and mountains from Leeway. It was just a breath of fresh air. You're basically in Japan.
It's a breath of fresh air, but also at the same time, like the biggest part of uh what makes Inazuma so interesting is that you feel unwelcome. It's such an uninviting place from the jump because like
Is this in terms of story or like as as a part of the
as a
game as
game,
a whole?
both.
Both.
Which makes sense at first because technically you're not supposed to be there because it's a fucking closed off nation.
Yeah.
You know, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And uh it's a nice
Commentary on
break
ancient
off from like
Japan
ancient Japan with consistent thunderstorms, I guess.
and women
Because
with huge titties.
women with huge titties and big thighs.
For real.
Big
Not an
thighs.
inherently Japanese thing, but
Yeah.
sure.
Often associated. But it's a nice what I like about Inazuma, it's a nice breakaway from like the peaceful plains of Liyue and Mondstadt. From here, especially if you're like brand new, you haven't done any of the world quests, that one island where it does nothing but fucking rain and like send down thunder all the time. I like that. I like that there's that there's this whole area that just makes you feel unwelcome, and it's dope. It's dope
Yeah,
from like a gameplay and
it
narrative perspective.
definitely elevates the experience where in Mondstadt and Leeway you get used to the terrain and all the places and everything, and you just feel safe. And, oh yeah, there's a bunch of villagers over there. I'll just go beat them up and do my thing. You can't really do that in Inazuma, which I've already mentioned this before, but I like the fact that some of the world quests are locked by real time, and you're forced to be patient and to wait for in order to explore the islands properly. Like for example, Tatarasuna, the one with the electro barrier, where you basically die inside if you
Stay too long,
yeah, if you
yeah.
stay too long you
Yep.
die. Yeah,
Dragon's Electro Dragon Spine.
more or less. It's kind of like Dragon Spine. And also that one island where Raiden Shogun basically killed the snake god, and it's just raining 24/7, and you get zapped by lightnings all the time. I
Mm-hmm.
like that. I like that it got not much more harder, but it definitely elevated the
It
difficulty.
added some spice.
It definitely added some spice. You can't say it's hard being in Inazuma, but you also can say it's easy. because some of the NPCs got a lot more chunkier, literally and figuratively, and there's just more stuff that you need to think of and do while you're in Inazuma.
Yeah, there's like a
So yeah,
significant difficulty jump in Zuma
which,
too. Like
which I love.
I
It's a
love.
breath of fresh air. Like, oh, okay, wow, I just died, huh? I
That's
actually need
new.
to think. That's new. I
Yeah, I
can't
like
cheese my
how
way with my Ganyu. Oh shit.
I like how fucking also the enemy designs are in Mondstadt and Leeway are like a large monster with bunny ears and an axe, and then Inazuma's like, ah, fucking samurai man.
Huge
Fucking
man.
Ronin and Kairagi, the sexiest. Mwah. I don't give two shits what anybody says. They sexy as
The
hell.
introduction of the samurais and the Mirror Maiden. The straights and the gays are all happy with
The
the
straights in the game
Inazuma
are
hat.
happy.
Yeah, they united for just this once because Inazuma's like, yeah, we got everything you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Inazuma as an island, both literally and figuratively as a part of the game as a whole. What about the story? Huh? I mean, maybe we can start with the story quests first.
Mm.
Ayaka. I think the Ayaka story quest was really
Ayaka's
fucking
story
cute.
quest is so cute.
It
I
was
want to
cute.
give her a hug.
I love that. I love Ayaka's story
As
quest.
hell.
Basically, as I mentioned earlier, it has one of the aspects that I look for in a story quest, which is I learn something new about the character. It doesn't necessarily have to be driven by the lore of the world. I would also wouldn't mind learning more about the character, and um I'm I'm not gonna say it's the greatest because I more or less expected that Ayaka's the shy, quiet. She sort of has this demeanor where she's of royalty and she's not allowed to mingle with the peasants underneath type of beat, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. The nail in the coffin definitely was the last part of the story quest. She,
With that
I,
beautiful animation.
for real, and I get the meme that she fucking dipped her socks in water. I
But
get
she
it.
did that for
But
you.
yeah, but yeah,
She
yeah,
did that for
that's
you.
exactly what I thought. I told my friend was like, Ayaka's fucking
She,
insane for dipping
she
her
made that
socks in water.
compromise for you.
And I said, have you ever thought that she did that for you? She dipped her socks in water for you. She told you to look at her. And it just gave him a completely new perspective, and she appreciates that part of Ayaka's story quest now. But yeah, I also enjoyed when you were roaming around that one island with like the stalls, and Paimon wants a mask, but then the guy's like, "You want to leave?" I thought that was I just thought it was funny. Like, we got nothing for you, kid. How about a leaf? Yeah,
What
that was cute.
I
That was
feel like Paimon with a leaf mask is basically the Koroks from Breath of the Wild.
yeah, yeah.
Little devil beings. But yeah.
um, yeah, I have nothing else to say about Yaga's story quest except I had fun. It was very cute. I'm not the biggest fan of Ayaka as a character because I'm a Ganyu main, so I've had enough cry. I guess I can't really say that because I keep getting
I'm
the
a
pyro
Ganyu
characters
main,
too.
so I've had enough.
I've had enough cryo. I'm good with this one. But
So the
well,
Ganyu,
more or less
so
because
the Ganyu main wants to criticize another character.
no, well, mainly the reason was because I was saving up for Yoimiya and jumping into it. Yoimiya, I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of like Ayaka's story quest more than Yoimiya's.
I feel like that's a general consensus, though.
It was fine. I mean, I enjoyed
Fire,
it because I love Yoimiya as a
bro.
character.
Can I just say the whole like Yoimiya story quest without that much context is two guys in a hot tub, 5 feet.
Because they're
Because
not
they're not gay.
gay. That's that's another gripe I have with
They're just
Genshin
caught
where
in the.
they
They're
m-
caught in the
yeah,
middle.
they make story quests where it's not about the fucking character. It's
It's
about
about
this
like,
dude who
oh,
I don't care about.
character helps with situations that I
It's about
don't
this
care
NPC.
about.
More fetch quests.
I mean, yeah,
More
I
fetch,
guess it's a part of
more
Mia's
content that you
personality that
should care
she's
about because you're getting primo gems,
I get
right,
that
traveler?
it's about Yarmia and her personality of like being out there and helping people, but I just don't fucking care. I just want to see more of her.
I want to know what you
What?
contribute
Yeah,
as a
like what
character.
does she do when she has a problem? We never saw that. It's just, oh my god, I forgot this fireworks. Could you fetch this for me?
I
Eh,
forgot.
I forgot. And I just generally enjoyed it because I like Yarmia and that's it. But yeah. So I
It's like
got
watching
Yarmia.
your it's like watching your actual girlfriend like do mundane things for other
Yeah, oh
people.
my
Like,
god, she's like
yeah, I'll help
cleaning.
you out,
And you're
but
just
like
tugging along with her.
Yeah, I'm
this
like, yeah, I'll
isn't a
come with
date.
you.
This isn't
Like,
a date. These are
all right,
chores.
Oh, you wanna watch your seasonal trash anime? I guess I'll watch with you, but it's fine. It's fine,
I
I
wanna
guess.
I wanna talk to you.
But yeah, um, speedrun in Azuma for Yoimiya, definitely worth it. Got spooked by a C1 Diluc, like the first 10 roll, but I got Yoimiya in the 40th roll, so I'd say speedrunning in Azuma for Yoimiya was worth it, and it completely reflects the luck I had with Raiden Shogun. So, oh wait, before we get there, maybe we can talk about, a little bit about the games and events we had. Did we have those? We had Thunder Sojourn and Lost Riches. It's fine. You look for
Under
treasure.
Thunder
We
Soldier
Sojourn was
forced
actually not bad, but it was like, what's the point?
how
it
about we?
forced exploration. That's the thing. That's what I didn't
Yeah.
like about
It's
it.
kind of
As a
like, oh, it's an intro thing to Inazuma, but then like, wait, I'm doing the Archon quest.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I
yeah,
don't like how Thunder Sojourn. You have to go to the other islands to like
and
Hold on,
to
I
bro.
activate
didn't
They're
it.
like
still forcing me to go back to Rito.
I didn't activate those fucking statues of the seven yet, and you're expecting me to do some puzzle there? Absolutely not.
All right, buddy. Sure. I'm not not always a min maxer. I have my days.
As a person on the other side of this game, the player-based spectrum, I like taking my time with the Archon quests.
For me,
Yeah, I
that's
want to save
I
that
me
for
think
last.
that's me with world quests. Like Archon quest, I will also take like for an Archon quest, I will sit down. I will put my headphones on. I will deafen if I'm in a VC, and I want to experience the soundtrack, the voice acting, the animation. Like I want to digest it. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
took a while to put this thing together. Let me enjoy it.
I'm the
And then,
kind
oh,
that
but
just
I get
like
Primo Gem, but I will get Primo Gem. But I also
Primo
want to
Gem
see. I also
experience
want to see the
too.
Raiden Shogun's titties jiggle when she hits me with her sword. Please.
Do
So I guess we can talk about the story quest, the Archon quest now. What do we think of the Archon quest?
Okay,
I liked it.
some of us have played 2.1's Archon Quest. I have not.
I
We
haven't
all
finished.
have not.
I haven't finished
I
2.1 yet.
this is I apologize. This is a very awkwardly placed episode because 2.1 just started. So at the
Yeah,
time
so
of this
basically,
recording, we have not played the Archon quest for
yeah, at the
2.1.
time of
Hmm.
recording, this is literally 1 day after Raiden Shogun's banner.
We're
We
just
all
gonna
just
talk
got
about
her.
the
I have her at
2.0
80.
Archon quest.
I have her at 80. Some people have her 70 for those who rolled her. So it's like really fresh for the people who are even high level. Like, oh, we're not even there yet, right?
Yeah.
And fucking, I'm currently fishing for a weapon for her. And this entire podcast, I've just been fishing. I've been fishing for the past 2 hours.
That's
It's fine.
Stardew Valley,
Anyway,
baby.
Stardew
yeah.
Valley time. Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
2.0 Archon quest. If I'm not mistaken, what happens is you turn to a fugitive. Oh, no, I think you
Yeah.
talked to Yaimiko for. I don't remember. Is that a
you
bad
turn it
thing? Maybe I just don't remember because I don't
Uh,
remember.
we no. If we're
it's
talking about 2.0,
diplomacy.
Archon
Diplomacy,
Quest
the game.
is basically Tomo the Fixer, bureaucracy, some other guild of foreigners I can give zero shits about.
Ayaka not wanting
Ayaka
the division hunt
trying to help,
decree.
yeah, Ayaka trying to help us out, and then oh hey, Doggy General.
Oh, Toma
Toma
gets
gets
publicly
near.
executed by
Yeah,
the
Toma
Raiden
almost
Shogun.
gets Kazuha friended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He will be inlaid upon that statue.
he will
he
be inlaid
definitely
upon
will
that
be.
statue.
I mean, I want to be
No, he
inlaid
did
somewhere
not.
else, but okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I like the Archon quest because I like how the stakes are being amped up. You know, now holy
Yes, I
shit,
like
he was about to
how
die.
a lot of people are actually legitimately at risk, and I think the turning point for me there, where I realized, oh, Mihai is starting to make this like Honkai now, is when I think it's still spoiler content, but if we're talking about 1.4, the We Will Be Reunited quest, where they're like, there's just a corpse right there in front of the upside down statue of the Seven. That made me
Oh,
think,
that was insane. I love that
oh
imagery of the
shit,
I
statue of
love that
Seven
too.
upside
yeah,
down with the
like
chains, and it's like
shit's going
corrupted.
down. Shit's
Yeah,
going
that
down.
was
You can
insane. I
tell
love
that
that.
they're gonna start to make things super dark now,
I
Yes.
and I'm
love
so
that, and I love
excited.
that. I'm
Yeah,
excited for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mihoyo is starting to recognize what their player base can take in terms of narrative.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mihoyo's player base isn't dumb for the most part,
for the
And
most
but
and
part.
if they were able to retain Honkai's player base for the longest time with, I mean, a whole mix of like cute, lots and lots of gameplay and
and
min
also
maxing,
friend-based trauma.
titty, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Titty.
and a story that wrecks your soul, then sure, we can do that in Genshin.
Definitely, we can do
Yeah,
that. In Genshin. And since Genshin has like such an accessible, such a big player base now, that
it's very accessible. That's a really big appeal, I would say.
and
Definitely helped boom the game.
definitely helped boom the game.
Yeah.
And the biggest aspect to that was like, uh, since like I've said, like it's such a character-based game, and you can interact with these characters, like real time and shit. When they're starting to make stories dark, and we all know Mihoyo to kill a character. We
Yes.
all know
Mm-hmm.
Mihoyo.
We're
At
not
one
gonna
point,
spoil, but I mean,
at
I
one
got
point,
spoiled. I already know who. So
yeah, the three of us already know, but like at one point, one of these 4 stars isn't gonna be available anymore.
wait, what do you mean?
Oh boy.
At one point, one of the standard banner 4 stars isn't gonna be a part of the roster anymore. Mihoyo's gonna fucking shoot him in the back of an alley and talk as if they.
Never existed.
Never existed at all.
And
Yeah,
that's what's exciting about it, you know? Like you know that
it's
Mihoyo's
the
gonna like.
risks being amped up.
Like, what if they kill
And
Fischl?
and it's
No, please do not.
I'm not sure. She's underage. But like the thing is that
You can be a child and be dead.
yeah, look at Arc Knights. But that's the
Look at that.
thing. Like Mihoyo's had playable characters. I think it's already pretty well known. But it's still spoilers for Honkai Impact. One of the prominent characters in Honkai is Murata Himiko, and she dies in like the first first
Bitch
five
dies.
chapters. Yeah,
She
she straight up dies.
dies.
And I guess like Honkai has this explanation where like the story universe is different from the universe you play in because you're the captain and you doesn't exist in that story cinematic universe, and like Himiko is alive in the one you're playing, but still playable character that in the main storyline that we're following is dead, and that kind of just makes things a lot more interesting for how character development that character influences character development for the MC in Honkai.
I can't
So,
wait
mm,
for what's in store for
Especially if it's like
2.1.
especially if it's a character that most
Everyone
likely
cares about.
everyone cares
Yeah, like
about,
a fan favorite, right?
uh will have like formed bonds with already. Like if Mihoyo throws a fast one and just like you know.
I just know that child's gonna die at some point.
I know Lisa's gonna die at some point.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it
much
kind of
signs point to
also
her dying. Even the I'm going to die hair in anime, side braid.
Yeah.
yes.
Miss Girl got that. She's gonna die. And you know what? I'm here for it.
I don't have much to say regarding 2.1 because it just updated yesterday. It's relatively fresh. I've only explored maybe 2% of the new island, and it's still it's insane how it's still Inazuma. It's still more or less just another island, but again, there's another step up in terms of difficulty. Holy shit. It's actually it's not that difficult, but it's just it gets more and more as Josh have mentioned, unwelcoming.
I
It's
haven't
not
even
it's
explored the
not
other two
just
islands yet.
it's not just uncharted islands. It's fucking dangerous. You die. You can die from the NPC, the chunky NPCs.
Chunky
And
NPCs.
some of the puzzles now they introduced new puzzles. I'm not going to go in detail because again it's just new. Yeah, this is just based from what I've experienced so far. Some of the puzzles you just really have to think, you know? You have to think. You can't cheese your way out of this one anymore. And I feel like that's a good thing because MiHoYo is not treating their fan base, their players like pee pee poo poo babies. Well, yeah.
And I love.
And I love that. I'm excited. Oh, and maybe I have nothing else to say except I guess me and Caleb got right in like yesterday, so that's
Love that for you guys.
fun.
Hell
Kujo
yeah.
Sarah. You know what?
Kujo
Let's talk
Sarah is
about
so
Kujo Sarah for a
illegally
little bit.
thick.
In the Archon quest
Whoa.
for 2.0,
Please
Kokomi
don't.
finally reunites with Goro, and you join up with the resistance to have like a little fight with the Raiden's army, which is led by Kujo Sara, the thickest anime girl in Genshin Impact as of
Truly.
this the date of this recording. It's
Mhm.
insane. I genuinely did not plan to roll for her when I saw her design. I was like, she's just a short-haired anime girl. But oh my god, that trailer dropped and it's just why is she built like that, bro? Come on. She has no business being that thick.
Big
Holy
titty,
shit.
lil waist, nah, lil waist, but yeah.
She even got the gun you fit underneath. Oh my god.
She
Me
got the
and
bait.
Joshi have talked about this before, but in terms of like the fetishes that the
Underboob is
characters
superior.
have,
And she loves an underboob.
they definitely
Holy
know what the
shit.
fuck is up. Some weeaboo in their departments like, sir, I know the perfect answer. Give her a big ass, show her armpits and maybe some boobs and some thighs, and we're good to go.
And
That's
She's
a five
can
she's
star.
can
she's like
Mihoyo give us a character with full sleeves
she's
for
like
once?
I don't think
visual.
they ever will. I don't think they ever will, honestly.
She's like a visual consolation for people who don't get the Shogun.
That's true. That's true. She's
Like,
also the
I
tallest
may not
female
have the
right now.
Raiden Shogun, but this will do.
This will do.
Before we end this episode, what are your thoughts on Raiden Shogun so far, Caleb, as a playable character?
This episode is sponsored by My Dick. I love the Raiden Shogun.
You love the Raiden Shogun, huh?
Yes, I do, especially since I love Hersher of Thunder from Honkai, from which she's based off of. And
Uh,
also, have
yeah.
I told you I think I've emphasized this before. I love any character voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro.
Isn't she the voice actor for I don't know. Do you have
She's the
any?
VA for Nightingale, Celti from Durarara,
Celti from Durarara. Okay, yeah, that's something I'm
Mordred.
familiar with. Mordred from yeah, I know you love your FGO,
Yep.
Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Raiden just
it's,
came out. Some of the CN players are kind of not pleased with
it's
how
a game
you
thing.
can't
Character
use
wise, though,
Beto's ult with her ult, and it's
it's
unfair, yada
Valid.
yada, blah blah blah.
yeah, and I understand their anger, and if anything, having CN mad means, oh, are we gonna get a buff?
Kind
But
of like what happened with Zhongli.
yeah, but design character wise, I'm okay with the Shogun.
She's cute. I
She's cute.
actually, in terms of
She's more
character
cute than Buck,
design,
to be honest.
yeah, for real. In terms of character
Even though I
design, I actually wish they mixed her old look with how she looks now. I want to see more of the regalness in what she's wearing. You know, long flowing, like I don't know what it's called. The thing she's wearing, I don't know what it's called.
Sleeve.
Sleeves, like long sleeves, long hair. Because I
hair,
remember
long
she
straight hair.
the biggest difference with her current character design with her old one is she had longer hair, longer sleeves, and she was just wearing slippers and no thigh highs.
Mm,
And if you mix both of them, I'm sold. She looks amazing. That's a pretty good character silhouette, you know, to show power, regalness, and someone who just will not take any shit from anybody, you know, like
I'm incredibly
sort of
happy
like a
with her.
princess type of vibe, you know, like royalty, like yeah, fuck you.
She's
And but yeah, I mean, I'm not mad with how she looks.
tyrannical queen.
Yeah, like a tyrannical queen, like a power hungry dictator type of vibe, you know, girl boss gaslight.
And
Yeah.
I'm pleased with her too. She is the girl
Well,
boss.
she is the girl boss, yeah.
And I'm excited to see what they're gonna do for the Dendro Archon, because apparently Dendro Archon is a girl.
I
Uh,
heard from Caleb
and
that is Zhongli the last guy Archon, or will there be another one? But that will
oh,
be
I
the last
hope
one.
not. I hope not. I want more. I want like a healthy amount of dude to female Archons, because
It's too
you just know that.
pandering when it's just all anime titties in your screen.
Yeah,
I
I don't
understand.
want
Yeah.
all anime titties. Give me male titties.
Yeah, I want to see cool male titties. You know, I want to see someone
I think that
cool.
Archon or not, I really there's this one discussion me and Joshi have had before. It's funny that I've had this discussion with other people as well. You know
Yeah,
how the build of certain characters is kind of like off a template, right? And there's like those blacksmithy guys, they're like those big samurai guys
Wagner.
in Genshin. Yeah. Why don't we have playable characters that have that build? Hami Hoyer, are you scared of large men?
May
They're
I?
not.
If you
You
can
know
give
what? I'm
us
Yeah,
gonna
big
say they
titty or
are. Yeah,
small
I'm
women,
gonna say they
yeah,
are.
if you can give us big titty or small women, why don't you give us
I think
big
it's not.
man?
I think it's not profitable for them. Because do you see the ratio of like female characters to male? You know, and like if
But
they're
then
gonna make like
the female fan base is complaining is either like we have twinks or we have tall men.
we have
Why?
twinks or taller twinks.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have like fucking one of the fan favorites is Shao, a man of compressed anger. But
compressed
like,
anger. Also in height
but
as
like,
well.
yeah, but like we also have Albedo, who's not supposed to be short, but then
That
his
absolutely fuck. I hate
mod
what they did to
limited
his hair, bro. Please
they
His
give
hair
back
is
his
well
hair.
so
and his face,
hard.
like including Diluk, like the way that their faces are done is just they got done so
They got
dirty.
that baby face, bro.
And
Sheesh.
They're not
it's
supposed to look like that.
it's in the horizon. I feel it in my bones that they're
It
gonna add
better
a
be.
character soon, since there have been mentions of specifically two characters that are very most likely to fit that description. Barca, Grandmaster Barca.
Yes, that's what
Like a
I've
lot of the
been.
voice.
I think that we've had this discussion before, Joshi. Like
I
how
think
we're
we have,
pretty
yeah.
sure Varka is going to be one of those kind of big
I mean,
dudes.
I hope so.
Like a big dude, you know, sort of like Cyrus and Wagner. And then another one, Arataki Ito from the bulletin boards around Inazuma City. Have y'all seen those? The bulletin boards around Inazuma City
No,
where
I
it's
have
just
Oh, I
not
have.
actually.
so there's this dude named Arataki Ito. He's like he calls himself Kujo Sara's arch nemesis or like arch rival.
Wow. Huh.
And he's
Man.
basically this super tall, buff Oni dude. He's an Oni. And he's apparently like super chaotic ever since the Tenryo Commission confiscated his vision. He's been challenged Kojo Sara to like a bunch of like competitions and shit. He's apparently super petty, super chaotic, and super kind to the kids.
Basically a himbo.
So basically, sure. But I'm just excited to see what they're gonna do because more than one character has like an about voice line about him. You know, like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
either voiceover you can see like about whatever. I think Yoimiya has a voice line about him. Kujo Sara has a voice line about him. The fact that they gave Raiden Shogun a voice line about him. Oh, by the way, if you like ask Raiden Shogun about like who Arataki Ito says, she just says who. That's it.
Yeah, for so many characters, she's like, who?
Who? Oh, the firework maker. Yes, but I'm just super excited to see what they're gonna do for him and for Varka too. I hope Varka. Do you think Varka will be Dendro element?
I feel like
Oh
it'd
my
be.
god, that'd be so weird.
I feel like that'd be super.
I feel like the safe
What
answer would be
That'd
he's a
be interesting.
Nemo. I think.
the
I'm
safe
not
answer would
sure.
be or like Geo.
Yeah.
because it makes sense because big dude rock. But I just
Yeah, big dude.
Mihoyo include some buff boys, please.
More or less.
You
Playable
can
buff
now
boys.
play as Frost Arm Lawachurl.
I can now play as the Kaira, the Nobushi.
Oh, those big guys.
I'm so excited, and they're planning more characters too. I can't wait to
Can't
see
wait.
more
Yeah, so
more male stars.
before we end this episode, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to? I mean, we haven't played 2.1 yet, so is there anything you guys are hoping you would see or experience like in the current
Getting
update that we're in?
Kokomi, getting Kokomi.
Barbie Mermaidia Queen.
I want Barbie Mermaidia.
Barbara Jesus Christ. Yeah, Fish Jesus Christ herself.
Currently building pity for her right now, and if I get Raiden Shogun too, I'd be fine with that.
Mm.
But if I got a standard banner and basically like, uh, guaranteed Kokomi, it's over. It's over. I got a new Hydro DPS. It's over.
Me and Caleb are more or less gonna roll for the same character. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miko.
Yay Miko. Yeah. Originally I wasn't going to
Oh,
roll
Michi's
for
you two will you I will not hear the end of it from you two.
I mean I'm not as huge of a simp to Yai Miko compared to Caleb.
You sure?
Caleb is for sure. Well, maybe because I haven't seen her like in-game model yet. But yeah. Um Caleb's more of a
I
simp
want
to Yai
Yaimi to
Miko.
crush my balls.
Yeah, yeah, he exactly. I definitely lean more on Yoimiya. That's why I prioritized her over Raiden. And the only reason why I rolled for Raiden, I wasn't originally going to roll for her. My original plan was to roll for Kujo Sara, and that's it, and I'll stop. But the thing is, I'm not guaranteed. So I feel like it would be a bigger L if I didn't get Raiden and I didn't get Yaimiko because I'm 50-50. But luckily I rolled and I won the 50-50. So yeah. Um that's it. Is there
That's it.
anything you guys want to say before we end the podcast?
I'm
Shout outs,
hungry.
anything.
Um.
My parents are home. Perfect. Uh
Uh.
hope they don't
Uh.
knock.
In this coming December, there will be a video game that will come out on Switch. Shin Megami Tensei 5. It is from a long-standing JRPG series, even predating Pokemon. And I highly recommend you guys play that, especially if you're a fan of
It's the
Persona.
original Persona, right? It's
The
the
original. Hmm.
predecessor?
It,
Is that the word?
the predecessor to
Yeah, the
Persona. Yeah.
predecessor to Persona.
Persona's
Yeah.
Persona's the spin-off, everybody. Persona's a spin-off.
Okay, that's fair. Anything you want to shout out? Your page, Twitter, Instagram.
Um, I'm good. I don't need more fame.
Oh my god.
I'll link your pages in like the comment section, guys.
All right.
I'm not gonna say unbiased. I'm gonna be as unbiased as I can, but Joshi is a really wonderful, amazing, great artist. So commission him.
But
His works are great. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna link his accounts down below. So yeah, I have
Samples
nothing
up
else to
on the
say.
screen, man.
I hope Genshin gets better, like with the
I
story
mean,
and
it's not
everything.
that. Disclaimer. We love the game and we want a few little tweaks to maybe be
Yeah,
made.
we
Again,
give
we
the
don't
con-
we
reason
want
why
a
we're
lot of
talking
things,
about it like
but
the reason why we're talking about it like this is
it's because we
because
care.
it's a piece of media that we genuinely love and we want to see it get better.
Yeah.
we're the parents swatting the child with a belt and then saying, "This is for your own good."
No, no, that's the wrong example.
I know it's the wrong one.
Yeah, okay. That was a joke, everybody. For
And
legal reasons, that
and
was a
Please
joke.
we do not support domestic abuse.
Okay.
Please do not hit your children. That's not how it works.
Yeah, hoping for the best for Genshin. We're probably going to catch up with the 2.1 updates, and yeah, it's good to be back. I guess I'm legally required to say please subscribe question mark.
Let's
mhm,
If you
go.
guys want
mhm.
to attack us, comment down below. Yeah, you're more than free to do that. You look stupid, but all right. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Pee pee poo poo.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for listening.